Here it is. This is the final video of the tutorial demonstrating how to install the Playground app with the IOTA SDK on an iPhone. At this point, the app already works on Android and I'll only be showing the iOS specific steps. If it's too fast, please refer back to the previous videos in the tutorial. I need the Cargo Xcode crate. It enables the utilization of Rust libraries in Mac and iOS applications seamlessly within Xcode. I use the crate to generate the Rust Xcode project. Once completed, I adhere to the standard instructions for iOS, which includes at first generating the Dart code. Secondly, I launch the Runner Xcode project and incorporate the Rust Xcode project into it by dragging it in. This makes it a sub-project, and its role during the build process is to cross-compile the Rust code into a static library. Ensure that you do not modify the build phase of the Rust target, as this would be incorrect. Instead, select the runner target and navigate to the Build Phase tab. From there, add the static Rust library to the target dependencies and link binaries. Following that, proceed to adjust the header file and the app delegate Swift file. Now we are moving on to a specific chapter. This concerns the Libsodium library, which is used by Stronghold. To incorporate it into Rust, there's the wrapper library Libsodium sys. Through extended usage of Libsodium sys, we specify the Libsodium library compatible with iOS. This process involves manual creation of the compatible lib, as demonstrated here. After cloning the Libsodium repository, we proceed to create the Libsodium library in several steps. This process takes some time because the standard procedure generates libraries not only for iOS and iOS Simulator, but also for macOS, watchOS, tvOS, and so on. Here is our wanted static library libsodium.a. We aim to test whether our Rust library can be built with our variant of libsodium. To do this, we navigate to our Rust directory and perform cross-compilation of our library. This requires the parameters sodium libdir and sodium shared. Our Rust library can be compiled. This is a very significant intermediate success. Now we need to ensure that the regular Xcode build process also builds the libsodium library. In other words, the cargo build command must be expanded to include the parameters sodium libdir and sodium shared. The individual steps are described in the tutorial and I'll execute them here. At this point, I encounter an error with my username. This will be clarified later. Next, I attempt to launch the app from the Runner XC workspace. For this, I have connected my device to my computer via cable. Upon starting, I encounter an error immediately. The pods are not yet found. A pod is essentially a reusable library or framework that can be integrated into an iOS project to add additional functionality. They are not installed initially. Executing the command pod install resolves this. The easiest way to automate this process is to launch the app from VS Code. After having selected my device, I execute flutter run. You can see in the console that before the Xcode build, the command pod install is executed. Furthermore, you can see that the pods are now present. At this juncture, the Xcode build fails. I will initiate the build again in Xcode to review the error message. It becomes evident that the directory path to my Libsodium library is incorrect due to me entering an incorrect username. Another attempt, I launch the app again. The Rust library is compiled. Great, the build succeeded. Okay, I unlock my device. And I synchronize my iPhone and try out all app functions. In conclusion, I can say that everything works. However, I find some things take far too long. Creating an account took 2 minutes. Generating an address took 1 minute. And generating a DID took 1.5 minutes. I have no idea why this happens. In the video, I sped up all of these processes. Finally, I demonstrate that the wallet has indeed been installed on the device, as well as the stronghold snapshot file and the storage of settings. Thank you very much for your attention. This concludes the final video of the Playground chapter. I hope you are now able to create your own apps. If you'd like, feel free to leave a comment under the video or on Twitter. Cheers, Kai.